What up, everybody? You know who I am. I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah. And we're doing another movie review. Yes, we are. And I'm going to just lay this on the line right now. This actor is sort of hit and miss with me. He makes movies that I like, movies I dislike. But I guess that's the way with a lot of different actors. So when I found this movie, I decided to take a shot at it. You see, during the I don't know if you're not supposed to say this, during the virus epidemic, a lot of places closed down. Video stores started to sell stuff, and I ended up picking up this little gem, Long Shot, with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron. And I thought, well, I'm paying $1, and I might as well check it out, see if it's any good. I expected a shitload of dick and fart jokes because it's a Seth Rogen movie. I mean, like I said, I like some of his movies, and some of his movies are just like The End was a pretty decent movie, for example, but I hated Knocked Up. Couldn't stand that damn movie. But this movie, done by his team, Long Shot, is actually a creative man. Here, check it out. Check out the movie. Like I said, I got it when everything closed down for a buckaroonie. Now, this is about a man, and his name is Fred. Yes, Fred. Fred works as a journalist, and he exposes truths about Nazis or any kind of messed up thing. He's kind of like a crusader for the common man. And in the beginning, he's actually exposing a ring of Nazis pretending to be one, and when he's actually Jewish. It is freaking hilarious. And what happens is a big conglomerate that they've been talking a lot of shit about ends up buying his newspaper. And they end up firing him. Now, he has a friend, and his friend is played by Ice Cube's son. And man, I gotta tell you, Ice Cube's son has a different feel about him than Ice Cube. A better sense of humor, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. And they're best friends. They have a deal that if one gets fired, the other one takes the other one out to get completely fucked up. And so he owns his own business, for example. He gives everyone the day off. And these guys go on a quest to get chitted. So as he's helping him out, he's kind of like partying with him. They never ask each other for money. They just party with each other. It's an interesting deal they have. So anyways, he takes him to meet one of the 90s biggest soul bands, Boyz II Men. And if you don't know who Boyz II Men are, I suggest looking that shit up on YouTube. I mean, they were a soul band, like a rhythm and blues band. They had a lot of hits back in the day. And just like everything else, they sort of faded into the ether and they came back. And they faded into the ether and came back. Anyways, they're at this concert. And he meets this girl. And she is actually running for president. Yes. They actually knew each other like around middle school. She was like a year older than him, or like a year or 2 years older than him, and she was staying over to babysit him. He was going through puberty. Let's just say he fumbled that one. I don't want to tell you exactly what happened because it's freaking hilarious. But let's just say he fumbles that one as an adolescent. He missed his shot, and all these years later, he bumps into her at this party. Yes. And her whole life is about this campaign. She has no life of her own. She doesn't watch any kind of shows. She only gets the synopsis of stuff. She's always busy. She hasn't watched a full movie since Casino Man, which came out a long time ago, in the 90s. So she's been basically stuck in this situation where it's all work and no play for her. So anyways, they end up meeting, and she has always liked his sense of humor. And she doesn't really have a lot of humor in her life, or just a lot of humor, period. So she ends up hiring him to write her speeches. Now, Seth Rogen's character is like a fish out of water, basically. Like, he's used to doing journalism but not writing for these uptight politician buttholes that say one thing and mean another. So he, at first, is really not enjoying this. He's there for her. He's there to write for her. And as she's running for her presidential campaign, you realize that there was certain, I'm going to put this, certain compromises she was told to make. Like the current president right now, and this is just hilarious, is an actor who played a president on TV. How freaking hilarious is that? And she wants to do this big environmental thing, save the trees, save the water, save blah, blah, blah. And they don't want her to do it. She ends up with a little pushing from Seth Rogen's character doing it anyways. This movie is a role reversal in a lot of ways. And that's actually what makes it good. She ends up saving him when they're in foreign lands. It's very interesting. She has more gumption and polish than he does. And they make opposites attract. No truer of a statement. Like I said, very good movie. I'm trying to leave a lot of stuff out because it's really worth watching. Like I love the part where she gets so stressed out. She actually asked him to take her out and get some Molly, and they have a good time because Seth Rogen's character likes a little bit of and a little bit of this and that. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of country and a little bit of rock and roll, if you know what I'm saying. And then she has to handle an international incident high as shit. And like I said, I'm only giving you broad strokes. This movie is actually really good. I was surprised that it actually had, under all the jokes and everything, it actually had a good love story to it. It actually was about two people that found each other. They kind of filled in the gaps that the other one was missing. And they don't force it on you. Like a lot of love stories that they kind of force it on you. This one really doesn't do that. Which is cool. I mean, it's like a natural progression to what happens. And of course, there's the classic Seth Rogen humor, masturbation jokes, this and that, but they're kind of spaced out in this story. It's really cool. It's a nice mix between a really good story, a really funny story, a love story. So it's a real nice mix of everything, which I was very surprised at. I mean, this is what Knocked Up should have been, like with a better story. But I guess it took a few years for Seth to get it right. This is very interesting. I mean, like I said, here, check it out so you can get a good shot of it. This movie, I would recommend watching. You can watch it with your girlfriend. You can watch it with your boyfriend, whatever it is now. I'm not too up on the trends. You can watch it with whoever, and you both will get a little something out of it. It has a little bit of something for everyone, which is awesome. I mean, it even has Boyz II Men in it. Da 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 da. Because Motown Philly is back again. Put a little East Coast swing, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so The Long Shot. This is a damn good movie. Has a lot of different actors in it, like the president is the actor that's in You Better Call Saul. So there's a lot of good, funny moments in it. There's a few action moments. There's a love story, and it's a will they, won't they. And like I said, I don't really want to blow the ending, but it's just hilarious. I'll give you a hint. In the Hall of First Ladies, how they have their portraits done. Seth's portrait is done by McFarlane. Yeah. There, I'm going to give you a little guinea. So, like I said, Long Shot. Great movie. Recommend it. Probably one of Seth Rogen's best movies. Theron did a good job in it too. Her movies are also sort of hit and miss with me sometimes, but she nailed it in this one. I think she felt the character. She went with it. I've seen there's actually an interview in this where they interview them both. She said she loved the story, she loved the character, and they got along so well. Which she has problems, I guess, getting along with certain actors, but I they got along really well, and I would like to see another movie with them in it. They're a good team. Like when Adam Sandler teams up with Drew Barrymore, it just mixes together very well. So yes, Long Shot. Because sometimes the long shots pay off the most, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm your host with the most, Jack Slater, the comic outlaw. Check out our YouTube channel, man. Hit us up. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.